and welcome back to my channel. I am excited today because we are talking about dupes and ethics and copies and how we feel about that. I'm going to be focusing kind of on one brand, and we're going to talk about where do we cross the line from a dupe to a copy. If that sounds interesting, please do stick around. Make sure you're following me on all my socials at Melissa Celine Beauty everywhere, and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave me a comment. What's your opinion about dupes and copies versus copies? When are we copying and when are we duping? Let's just get into it. The brand that I'm focusing on today is MCoBeauty. It's an Australian brand that prides itself on making more affordable versions of higher end products, which is fine, but some of their products really cross that line, or might cross that line, into are we duping or are we copying? I think it crosses that line when you could mistake the dupe product for the original product. I recently went up to visit my mom in the DFW area, like North Texas, and I stopped by a Kroger and they had MCoBeauty, which previously I didn't have access to really, but now it's carried in Kroger's in the United States. So I picked up a few items because I've been really curious about it and I want to see how they perform. I have some opinions. I don't have all the products that they are duping, and starting with the first product. Now this, I just have to show you this. This is my trusty Kosas Airbrow. I use it pretty much every single day, every single time I do makeup. This is the MCoBeauty Extend Brows Treatment Gel. So looking at them side by side, the components are like identical. The biggest difference between the two is this is a slightly paler pink than the Kosas. It has the same like embossed lettering? It's like sunken down. And then the Kosas has the exact same thing, the kind of embossed lettering of the brand name. I use the shade Taupe in the Kosas, and I'm trying the shade Fair Medium in the MCoBeauty, so let's give it a go. I would say the Kosas seems to have a little bit stronger hold than the MCoBeauty. Color-wise, they're almost identical. I still prefer the Kosas, and maybe that's just because I absolutely adore the Kosas, but this is really close. It's a pretty decent dupe. The problem I have is this a dupe or is this a copy? If they were sat on the shelf next to each other, it might be easy to mistake one for the other. That's the only product that I have right here. I have the dupe in my hand. Let me do an eye look real quick because I don't have any eye products, and then we'll keep moving. So I just did a quick eye look using the Blend Bunny Longing palette, which love this so much. So for foundation, we gotta talk about this one. This is probably the most talked about dupe from MCoBeauty, and it's their Flawless Glow. Now this looks just like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, even down to the way that they put the little line with the MCo logo there, just like the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't have the Charlotte Tilbury, but I do have the e.l.f. And I want to talk about the difference between these two. So the e.l.f. You would not mistake the e.l.f. for the Charlotte Tilbury. Even though it's a very similar product, it's supposed to serve the same function, it's supposed to look a lot alike the Charlotte Tilbury, it doesn't look, the packaging, the component doesn't look like the Charlotte Tilbury like this one. Like if this was sitting on the shelf next to the Charlotte Tilbury, it would be easy to accidentally grab the wrong one. I'm afraid of using this type of product because I'm so glowy on my own. I'm a very oily girl. But we're going to give this a go. I'm just going to dot a little bit around my face. It's got the big doe foot applicator. I feel like used to, when I first started watching beauty YouTube, and they, oh, that's very glowy. And they would talk about, oh, this is a dupe for this. It wasn't actually a product trying to copy another product. It was, you know, you wanted a lipstick that looked like Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. Here's this, I don't know, L'Oreal one that just happens to kind of be the same color. And e.l.f. is known for their dupiness. But I do have to say, e.l.f. tends to put things in their packaging and making it look their kind of way and not just a copy. This is definitely glowy. I'm actually going to use this almost like a primer. I'm going to put on my Tear foundation on top of it and be right back. Do I like it? It's not on its own. I don't like it on its own, but I think it might be a nice primer underneath foundation. So I went ahead and put my foundation on. I put some concealer on. I really am enjoying the kind of glow under my foundation that this is giving. Let's move on to this guy right here. This is the MCoBeauty Cheek and Lip Tint. This is in the shade Tango, which is like a peachy shade. It doesn't really go with my eye look that I did, which is like purpley and gray, but we'll give it a go. This is a dupe for the Glossier Cloud Paint. This packaging doesn't look as egregious as the other two that we've looked at. It's still very close. I don't know that it would be as easy to confuse them. I don't know how pigmented this is, so I'm just gonna do a couple little dots and then blend it out. That's really pretty. So I'm liking the products. I've never used the Glossier before. I used the Glossier mascara once and I really hated it. We're back to duping Charlotte Tilbury with their Miracle Flawless powder. It's not quite as egregious. The packaging on, like the packaging, the component looks very much the same, but the label doesn't look the same. We're gonna give this a go. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. He is very excited. But why do I like it so much though? Honestly, I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting to like the product so much. I am gonna do this lip balm. It is their glowy lip balm and it's clearly a dupe for the Laneige. But I would argue I have these e.l.f. Squeeze Me lip balms and they look almost identical as well to the Laneige. When do we say it's unethical to copy? So we're gonna try this lip balm. I must say it smells heavenly. Got it in the watermelon. Oh my god. That is like magical. Not too thick, not too thin. It actually feels like it's moisturizing my lips. But I'm just going to let that sit while I finish up my eyes. And then I have a couple other lip products. I grabbed a lipstick and a lip gloss. And the lipstick is clearly duping Charlotte Tilbury's lipsticks. That packaging, that component is almost identical. It is very pretty. I got it in the shade Prance Proudly. It's kind of a berryish shade. I don't know. We're gonna see what it looks like when I put it on. It smells like sweet. This is kind of like a wine red, which I don't know that that entirely matches my eyeshadow. That's okay. This is the lip gloss from MCoBeauty, and it's in the shade Fairy Floss, which is like this icy pink. I don't know what I was thinking when I picked up these products. It's like I wasn't worried about them going with each other. So we're gonna see. But this very much looks like a dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bombs, which I have tried. Let's see. Like bubblegummy. Very shiny. Not sticky. Final verdict. I feel like there's definitely an ethically gray area that this falls into. Yes, it makes dupes make more expensive products, or at least similar products to more expensive products, more accessible for people who either cannot or don't want to pay high-end prices, which I completely understand. Everything I tried, I really enjoyed. I wish that they would have their own theme and their own packaging that doesn't make it look like the higher end products. I think they would do just fine in their own unique packaging. Yeah, I guess that's my final verdict, that basically just make good products and don't try and necessarily copy another brand. Some other team has spent time and money designing these components, especially when you come to higher end products. A lot of the times that's one of the things that elevates them over more inexpensive products is the packaging and the components, and they feel luxe and luxury. And I think that to just blatantly copy them is wrong, personally, in my opinion. That being said, they're beautiful products. They work great. I just think they could change the packaging. Make sure you're following me on all my social media, Melissa Celine Beauty everywhere. Let me know what you think. I'm really curious to know what you think. Do you feel like it's ethically a gray area? Do you think that these brands should have to be more unique? Make sure, if you haven't, you could hit that subscribe button. That would be most excellent. Give this video a like and have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye.